Daniel had lived in the city for years, but he had never noticed the apartment building on Grove Street before. It stood there, tall, silent, and almost too perfect. The architecture looked slightly outdated, yet untouched by time. One night, after a long shift at work, Daniel was walking past when he saw a single window on the top floor lit up. The silhouette of a woman stood motionless, staring down at him. Her figure was blurry, as if she wasn't really there. Curiosity gnawed at him. He had never seen anyone enter or leave the building. The mailboxes were rusted shut, and the lobby lights flickered weakly, but there was no sign of life inside. His stomach churned, but his legs moved on their own. He found himself standing at the building's entrance. The door was already slightly open. The air inside smelled of dust and something rotten. As soon as he stepped inside, the door slammed shut behind him. The lobby was empty, cold, and eerily silent, except for the faint sound of a woman humming from the upper floors. His footsteps echoed unnaturally as he climbed the stairs. On the third floor, Daniel noticed something odd. All the apartment doors were identical, except for one that was slightly ajar. The number on it was blurry, shifting like smoke. He reached out, pushing it open. Inside, the apartment looked abandoned, with old furniture covered in white sheets. Dust hung in the air, but there were fresh footprints leading deeper inside. The humming stopped. A single old television set flickered on, displaying static. In between the flickers for a split second, he saw himself on the screen, but his reflection was smiling, and he wasn't. A soft whisper filled the room. "You shouldn't be here." Daniel turned to run, but the door was gone. In its place was another hallway stretching unnaturally long, filled with identical doors. From one of them, the woman from the window stepped out. She was tall, too tall, with hollow black eyes and a wide, unnatural grin. She tilted her head sharply, and suddenly, the hallway shifted, twisting around him like a maze. The walls pulsed, the ceiling stretched higher, and the floor beneath him felt like it was sinking. Daniel ran. He turned corners that shouldn't exist, bursting through doors that led to more hallways, more rooms, more impossible spaces. Then he saw it, a door marked Exit. He sprinted toward it, his breath ragged. Just as he reached out, he felt cold fingers wrap around his wrist. The woman whispered into his ear, "You live here now." Everything went black. The next morning, the building was gone. Not demolished, not abandoned, just vanished. But on the sidewalk where it once stood, a single rusted key lay in the dirt. And across the street, a new building no one remembered seeing before now stood, waiting for its next visitor.